let's introduce the next teams for battle number 6. We have 3 battles left, 2 more until the main events. Let's see the first trainer of these battles. We see the Tapu Bullies, who is here in chat, led by Zekrom, playing for the Doctors Without Borders charity, currently 7th place at 2-2, looking to increase that record this week. The OU mons of this team, pretty strong, I would say. The Ferrothorn not having any knockouts, but it has been doing its job just being an annoyance here. With the Hisuian Arcanine just being a fantastic Pokemon. 6-4 record, Rock Head ability, able to use moves like Flare Blitz and Head Smash without recoil, I think. Yeah, I think that's the move. But yeah, Hisuian Arcanine just super strong, super good. Um, the Yuyumons of this team being the Nidoking, another really strong Pokemon with the same record as the Arcanine. Just really strong potential of these even top 6 Pokemon here. The Hawlucha at 0-0. Hawlucha just being a really good unburdened Pokemon. If you can use like a Sky Attack Hawlucha ruined my life last year. Even a close combat White Herb Hawlucha. Just anything that can reset stats or clear stats or anything to get us some burden boost to make him fast attack and so heckin' strong. Hawlucha is a force to be reckoned with. The Argumon of this team being the Porygon Z, unfortunately at 0-1, another really strong Pokemon here that just wasn't able to outspeed the Cinderace in that week. The Porygon at 0-1, the Incineroar at 1-2, another really just chunky, really good Pokemon with access to Parting Shot too to lower his opponent's attack stats and just get the heck out of there. It's a really good Pokemon. We see the Reuniclus, a brand new Pokemon to this team, traded out for the Ninetales, which I was able to snatch up. The Reuniclus having the potential to survive, basically. Set up screens and just heckin' survive. Reuniclus is so good. The NU of this team being the Starmie, Lurantis, and the Scyther. Starmie and the Scyther each at 0-1, with the Lurantis only at 1-1. Lurantis being a really good Pokemon with its contrary ability, able to use moves like Superpower or even Leaf Storm if you want to run it special. And just boost your stats there and just do some massive damage. The PU mons of this team being the Comfey, the bully of this team, that Comfey. The Pikachu as well at 3-2, both of those Pokemon at 3-2. The Cofagrigus and the Cherim not having shown their faces quite yet. Yeah, this team really strong potential from all these Pokemon. And just a really good battler in general. Someone I'm really scared to battle. But we see their opponents this week is the Nomad's Gambit, led by Nomad Ronan, playing for the Ronald McDonald House. Currently 15th at 0-4, not having their first win, but trying to get their first win this week. It is 97 degrees here, and I hate it. Vegas, right? The OU mons of this team. Oh wait, it's not 97, it's 87. Wait a second, what? Anyway, the OU mons of this team being the Blaziken at 2-2, and the namesake Pokemon King Gambit at 0-1. The Blaziken being just really good. I would know. I ran Blaziken. Blaziken is my boy. The Yuyumons of this team being the Lucario, not showing his face yet, and we also see the Chestnut at 4-3. The Chestnut being able to do some really good work last week. It just wasn't able to take care of that darn Raichu. No, the darn Breloom from the Raichu's team. The Argumons of this team being the Alolan Sandslash, another one of my boys, one of my favorite Pokemon. Pokemon that I ran last year as well. Sandslash at 0-3 though. The Blaze Breed, Paldean Tauros at 1-1, which I believe... No, it wasn't traded, was it? Wait, it was traded! Why is he still on the team sheet? This man traded the Toro so long ago. Hold on. When was this traded? Traded on the 21st. It was traded 2 weeks ago and I forgot to update the team sheet? What? Okay. Good job, me. Kingdra is 1-1. Not Paldean Tauros. Kingdra is 1-1. I'm pretty sure. Now I have to double check. Oh my gosh, disaster. Yep, Kingdra is 1-1. Kingdra is 1-1. Kingdra, not Paldean Tauros. Paldean Tauros is not on this team anymore. We also see the Samurott at 1-2. So horrible. The NU Pokemon of this team being the Magneton at 0-2, the Kingler as well is at 0-2, and the Cacturn is at 0-1. So the thing I think what happened was he made the trade while I was asleep. So it was one of those like groggy, half awake messages that like, yeah, okay, you're good. And then I just like when I realized that he made the trade, I updated everything else but forgot to do the team sheet, which I usually do right away. So oopsie, that will be fixed. That'll be fixed for next week. The Piyumon to this team, another one of my good boys, the Lycanroc Midnight at 1-1. Golem hasn't made an appearance quite yet, which I think is kind of weird. Golem is a really good Pokemon, really good for setups and everything. You see Honchkrow at 0-3 and the Frogadier at 0-1. Did I say that last week? Heck, I am so bad at this. Slash ban myself from the league. I mean, what? All right, he's a really good potential from this team. Just unfortunately hasn't been able to come out with a win yet. But I will say every week he battles, he gets better and better. So that win is inevitable. Win is definitely inevitable. Inevitable. It's going to be happening soon. Let's see. Will it happen today? Let's see the starting lineups of these two teams. Why don't we? We see the Pikachu here hiding behind this Arcanine, the scariest of the boys, in my opinion, is a scary good boy. We see the Comfey here as well, with the Ferrothorn coming back, the Nidoking coming back, and the Hawlucha making its second appearance of the league, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong here, but Hawlucha, just scary boy. Yeah, Comfey, just, again, really scary. But we see the Nomad's Gambit with the Lycanroc Midnight, the Lucario, and the Blaziken. Three of my favorite Pokemon just right here. Just three very much good boys here. We see the Kingdra, not the Paldean Tauros, the Kingdra here. The Honchkrow coming back, as well as the Magneton coming back too. If played right, this Blaziken could probably do some really good damage to the rest of this team, but we will see if it was played right. And let's see what each team leads with and begin our battle number 6. The Tapu Bullies leading with the Ferrothorn. I can't touch this. With the Magneton being led for by the Nomad's Gambit. A light screen being set up right away from this Magneton, with the Leech Seed then being set up as well. And the Reflect then being set up from the Magneton, with the Spikes, a layer of Spikes being set up from this Ferrothorn as well. Immediate switch into the Blaziken. The Blaziken taking some Spikes damage, with another layer of Spikes being set up from this Ferrothorn. The Flamethrower comes through. Flamethrower taking down the Blaziken in just one hit. And the Speed Boost, of course, being set up from this Blaziken. The Hawlucha, though, being set up, or being sent out. The Aura Sphere, a resisted Aura Sphere hit. Unfortunately, he should have gone for the Flamethrower, the Sky Attack, taking down this Blaziken, and now the Hawlucha is on his Unburdened boost. Midnight Lycanroc then gets sent in to replace it, with a close combat connecting, but doesn't take down the Lycanroc, with the Psychic Fangs taking down this Hawlucha. The Nidoking then Jones Barbecue. Lycanroc switches to the Honchkrow. The good prediction, though, into the switch, taking the Ice Beam damage into this Honchkrow. The Nidoking then being switched out into what the dog doing. With the Rain Dance then being set up from this Honchkrow. I love these nicknames, Zekrom. They're fantastic. Immediate switch into the Kingdra, though. With an Agility then being set up from the Doggo. What the dog doing? Dog is getting fast. With the switch into the Comfey, though. Going into the flip turn from this Kingdra. Lucario then comes in to replace it. The switch from the Comfey into Jones Barbecue with the Ice Punch, the predicted Ice Punch landing onto this Nidoking. Another Drain Punch, though, not another, but Drain Punch being connected onto the Nidoking, draining a little bit of health back to this Lucario and dropping the Nidoking in the process. Then the dog comes back in. Switch into the Kingdra, though, to replace the Lucario. With the Flare Blitz, the quad-resisted Flare Blitz hitting the Kingdra. And the switch back into this Comfey, though. With the Yawn, trying to put this Comfey to sleep. The switch into the Honchkrow, though. And the Draining Kiss connects, but doesn't really do too much damage to this Honchkrow. And the Comfey just takes a little nap on the field now. He does stay asleep, though. With a Steel Wing connecting, critting, and connecting into this Honchkrow. Comfey then, getting scared, goes into the Air Arcanine to take another Steel Wing. Only does about a quarter of the damage, though. And the switch into the Kingdra. Of course, Spike's doing a lot of damage, but the Agility being set up from the Doggo. The Doggo going for the Extreme Speed. The Extreme Speed able to take down this Kingdra. Magneton then comes back in. The dog outspeeding, going for a Flare Blitz and taking down the Magneton too. Honchkrow comes back in. And the Flare Blitz outspeeds, crits, and takes down the Honchkrow. With Lycanroc then coming back in to replace it. And the Extreme Speed connecting and taking down the Lycanroc, leaving just this Lucario against the rest of the three Pokemon. Will it be enough? The Flare Blitz connects, takes down the Lucario. The dog doing so much damage here and just taking down so many of these Pokemon, leaving the Tapu Bullies as the winners of this battle. Though Nomad's Gambit, fantastic showing from this team, but just was unable to get past that just super fast Tekken Doggo.